Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday and we have another group healing call. But today's topic is the ascension process and the symptoms that are associated with it. And it is real. So, those feelings that you have emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually can be exaggerated. You might think you're losing your mind. You might be having physical pains. We're going to go over some. I'm going to give you some tips on how to overcome them or deal with them, but there's no magic wand to get rid of all of them. Unfortunately, it's a process, but it's all about perception. Can you look at the process and say, wow, this is beautiful. I'm going through the ascension process and my consciousness is increasing and things are falling into place. So yeah, there's some uncomfortable feelings that go along with that, some physicality issues that come along with it. But when you make that shift and you feel that light feeling afterwards, and then you go through it again, and then you have this rest period, and then again, you're not the same person you were before that shift or before that shift. So we're going through the shift and we're going through the ascension process and we're moving to the new earth. For those of you who are on that path, you may want to put into the chat on how you're feeling. I understand if it's not always so great. I'm going to give you a little bit of a story here. I on the weekend went to Rochester and I did an event with Cryon, or Lee Carroll, and Dr. John Ryan, the founder of Unity Fields Healing. I've never seen the two of them together. So the intensity of these two beautiful individuals live and the beautiful crowd of light workers and old souls was tremendous. So I've done a lot of online events, but it's been a while since we've done group events. And with all the channelings and meditations, you can feel the extreme energy. And, everyone's going to be met where they're at. And I got what I needed and everyone got what they needed. But it kicked my butt. Like, I came back Sunday night, and as I was driving home, I could feel my body in deep energy, and it was getting extremely tired. And sometimes it starts with a sore throat. It's like a head cold, but body aches and energy going through. And I'm just like, I put myself in this on purpose. Why do I do this? And the reason I do it is, although it kicks my butt and I might be more sluggish or tired, after I recalibrate, wow, it's such a beautiful clearing. You have more clarity, your abilities come through more. So what's happening with this ascension process? We've talked about the 24th chromosome. That's our spiritual chromosome, which we all came in with because there was a possibility, if you were born before 2012, which I'm assuming my audience is that old, you came in knowing that there was a possibility we could go through the ascension process. So we weren't 100% sure. So we had this 24th chromosome given to us just in case humanity made it. So there's been many key points in history. But when Mother Earth gauges the consciousness of humanity, she says, yes, you're coming along. So we are moving into new territory where Earth is shifting into an area of space where humans have never gone before. Earth has done it, but she's done it without humanity tagging along, let's say. So you might start to hear that as we shift into this new area of space, there's going to be a new type of radiation. So I'm going to forewarn you because people are starting to talk about it already. And it's been explained that imagine that the old energy, Earth, was in an older balloon of its own radiation, its own gases, its own area in space. But as we're shifting, and I believe it's our entire galaxy that's shifting. So it's not like Earth is leaving its place in planets. It's like we're all shifting. So as we're shifting, we're moving into an area of space that has a new radiation energy in motion. Now, nothing to freak out about, nothing to be scared about. This is helping humanity move through ascension, which is increasing our consciousness, which is bringing the light of God onto earth. Now, the beautiful thing with this is, if you are someone who might be religious and read the Bible, when you would ascend, you kind of be like this and blow, you burn up and go to heaven. But we don't want to do that. We want to stay in our physical bodies. We want to take this ascension energy and descend it into our human body. But how do we bring such beautiful light into this human body? Layer by layer, we heal. We let go of our darkness, bring in light. Let go of more darkness, bring in light. Let go of more dense energy, bring in light. We have to do it slowly and gradually, but we want to stay consistent with the work. Now, when we have shifts or when we get downloads, and there's a lot of ways this is happening. First off, how do you know you're in the ascension process? Did I say yes, I want to be in it? So apparently, in the harmonic convergence in 1987, the higher selves of everyone said yes or no. So I must have said yes because I'm all in. And if you're listening to this, you're on the ascension journey timeline, so you must have said yes as well. So we did give consent. Hey, if we end up going, do you want to be a part of it? Now, not everyone's on the same path. And I know sometimes when we're going through our changes, when we know we want to be on a new earth full of love, compassion, joy, we want to let go of duality. We want everyone to come along, our brothers or sisters or friends or coworkers, but not everyone's soul is on the same journey. And there's nothing wrong with someone's journey. It's what their soul needs to do for its learning. We are these beautiful souls having a human experience. So I know when we get excited and we want to tell everyone what they need to do and how to do it, it's going to resonate with some people and it's not going to resonate with others. Although sometimes a person is not woken up yet and they still may wake up, but they're going to wake up on their due timing. You can't take them and shake them. You got to wake up. The ascension's coming. You want to get onto the right track. They still have time. Right now, all the tracks are available. And that's why we're seeing the bad, the not so bad, the good, the okay, and the great. We're seeing all these different timelines because it's a time of choice. The ascension process is about free will. What are you deciding? Do you want to wake up? Do you want to go through these changes? Do you want to move to a new earth? Now, some people will tell me, Brenda, the new earth sounds boring. I'd rather stay in duality where there's more fun and there's more complication, there's more drama. Because some people really thrive on that. And it's hard to, detach and let go of the victim mentality and say, I'm no longer a victim. I'm going to be a victor. I'm going to own my life. I'm going to be empowered. I'm going to find that magnificence within me and own it. We're all magnificent beings. We're all perfect, but we're all coming in with different perceptions, different histories, different missions, different timelines. So we want to be compassionate and understanding and non-judgmental to whoever we meet and where they're at. So now that we kind of know that, okay, we're on the ascension pathway, what does that mean? Well, if you're still saying, Brenda, I'm not sure if I'm on the ascension, how can I concrete for sure say I'm going? Well, I say an affirmation, and apparently you only have to say it once, but sometimes I like to say it again because it feels good. So I may say something like, I say yes to the ascension process. I say yes to the light. I say yes to the family of light. I want to go back home. I'm with Mother Earth as she moves to the new earth. Things like that. It's just that consent that I am all in. And then you're going to feel the call of your higher self and listen to the passion and the inspiration and the excitement. And you're going to work on yourself and you're going to keep doing that next layer release, and that next layer release, and that next layer release. And for you old souls out there, the next layer release can be pretty exhausting, I know, because it takes time for our bodies to recalibrate. So when you're going through this process, what can you expect? Now, it's easy to find out what you can expect. Just go online, put Ascension symptoms, and you're going to come up with all these different things, from headaches to head pressure to extreme fatigue, brain fog, to flu-like symptoms, head colds, rashes, irritability, unable to sleep, insomnia. There's going to be a lot of different things that, and they can rotate and they can shift in and shift out. So you can have like a lot of fear, like, I don't know who I am anymore. Like, I'm confused. Like, there's all these doors opening. You might just notice that, you have blotchy skin suddenly, or your skin's extra dry. And some people say you're having there's the hot flashes. And then, if you're a woman in your 40s or even 30s, someone will say, oh, that's just menopause or beginning of menopause. Well, it's happening to men and children too. So the hot flashes can't just be said it's this or that. It could be part of the process that you're in. Bloating. Sometimes old wounds are coming up. So you may have a knee that hurts, that hasn't hurt in years, maybe something you did when you were 12 years old or 15 years old, and it's aching. It reminds you of that time. Well, that's the releasing of traumas. It's the repairing of our bodies. It's an uncomfortable process. A lot of people are having chakra healing. Now, what I'm going through, and if you saw me yesterday, I don't know how I'm doing this call today, because once I came back from that event, I was exhausted. I felt like I had flu symptoms and every part of my body was aching. My eyes were burning. I could barely talk. I was coughing. I was a mess. And I went with my brother, and he was like, oh my God, this is horrible. We must have caught a bug from the conference. And I said, no, this is not a bug from the conference. This is your body acclimating to the energy surge that we had. So imagine, and we get this on full moons, we get this on solar flares, but when you're in an event like that and it's so powerful, imagine this fast white light coming into your being. And what it's doing, it's activating the 24th chromosome. And there's the main life on that chromosome, and there's all these other lifetimes that we came in through our Akashic records that are being activated, they're being opened up, they're being healed, gifts are coming in. So there's a lot happening. So when that fast light comes into our physical bodies, and there's a vibrational shift, what needs to happen is our bodies need to acclimate. So if you're a busy person like me who's go, what's the best way to slow me down? Well, give me those flu-like symptoms and knock me out. And I slept for 12 hours. Like I couldn't even get up. I was so tired. Now, my brother is still going through it. And that's okay because we're all unique. We're all different. And I still have my throat still being worked on. I am not sounding my best. I sound nasally, but my throat's tickly. There is no right or wrong on what you're experiencing through this ascension process. The right thing is to honor it and love yourself as it goes through it. Be compassionate and patient with yourself. And I know so many of us want to be there, but the journey of getting there is the fun part. We're going to get there. Are we going to get it in this lifetime? Quite possibly, I believe. But you're going to go through it day by day by day. You're going to release darkness, release old traumas, release negative belief systems. You're going to need to forgive yourself and forgive others. It's a process. It's a process. But a lot of leaders in this area will say to go through the ascension process is like going through the eye of a needle. Well, that's a very small hole. Well, how do we get there? How do we move through that? Well, this dense body, we're still going to have physical form, but we're going to hold more lights. We're going to be more translucent. And then we can slide through that eye of the needle without that density. So, how do we get rid of this density in our body, that duality, that part of us, part of humanity that's been with us for thousands of years and lifetimes, right? So, it's layer by layer we heal. And you're hearing that more and more. Layer by layer we heal. It's becoming more common knowledge because how many of you have gone to a healer back in the day and they said, "Oh, after I give you a session, you're going to be completely healed." I've been promised that many times along my healing journey. And I have a session and it feels good. And I was like, "No, I'm not completely healed. I still have childhood trauma. I still have this issue. I still have that issue." And it wasn't until I met Dr. Beatty back in 2009 where she says we heal layer by layer. Your higher self will bring up whatever needs to heal, whether it's a past life, a future life, a parallel life, a childhood trauma, a teenage trauma, a future trauma, whether it's a belief system, whether it's hurt feelings, whether it's this or that or that. And your higher self goes in, and this is the way I perceive it as well. When someone comes for a call like this, a healing call, or they're having a session, what happens is the higher self, their higher self, knows exactly where they've been, knows what they need at this time, and it'll go through all the layers, picking out bits and pieces of what needs to heal. Sometimes it can be 2% of one trauma, 12% of another, 75% of something else, maybe 100% of something else. But it's doing this for like 1,000 different things, maybe even 2,000 different things. So you have this icky layer that doesn't feel good. Sometimes we remember what's coming up. Sometimes we have no clue what's coming up. But during that session, these beings of light, along with your higher self, lift that layer. So it's no longer something that's going to affect you. It's no longer something that's going to have an emotional pull on you. Now, does it mean that you're going to forget the trauma completely? Not necessarily. I can think of things that used to make me cry when I thought about them. But now, after all the healing I've done, I can think of it very matter-of-factly with no emotional response to it. It's going down to the cell memory. I'll give you an example. I had a client once, and they had a very hard time forgiving a friend. Now, they forgave the friend mentally. They said, "I forgive you," and then they forgave themselves. But whenever they were in that friend's presence, there was something there that just didn't allow them to become like close again. Well, she had a session with me, and it just happened to be having dinner with that person after the session. And I guess because she was seeing that person, she was talking about what happened with that person and why it's so hard to forgive, although she thought, well, we did some energy work and we went without, it's not like I said, this is what we're going to do. Her higher self had it there presented perfectly because she was ready to heal that aspect of her. And in her cell memory, that trauma released. And she remembered vividly, like some people have visions, but she had a vision of the event as it was releasing. Well, she goes, "Oh, that was interesting. I was just talking to her, talking about her before the session. I'm going to meet her after the session, and that came up during our beam therapy session." Well, I said, "You know what? It was probably ready to release, but I don't know if it's like 2% of it released or 5%. Well, in that case, she had a 100% release because she said when she went to dinner, there was a love for her friend like before the event ever happened. And they both felt it. They both felt this reconnection to each other. And they hugged each other so deeply and cried. And their whole friendship just got back to that place where it was once. And that was from releasing that trauma that the cells were holding on. So sometimes we want to heal, we want to forgive ourselves, but there's that cell memory aspect. When you're going through, like when you're doing your own meditation, you are taking off a layer. It may not be as big of a layer, but you're doing good for yourself. So meditate every day. For those of you who like EFT or tapping, use that because it really pushes out stuck energy in your field. There are so many different things you can do with your toolkit to release. Affirmations are incredibly powerful. Now, some people will say, oh, I used to use affirmations, they don't work. In the old energy, perhaps. In this new energy where we are accelerating faster than ever before, rethink that. Affirmations are powerful. You can simply wake up every morning, say, I'm going to have the best possible day. I am going to look at everything with eyes of peace, compassion, and grace. I am going to notice my learning lessons. I'm going to have events that are in my highest good. Now, we're asking for all those good things. Now, that doesn't mean your day is going to be perfectly good. We live on planet Earth. You might come into a challenging experience. But because you set some really beautiful intentions, those challenges are going to have you look at it very differently. You're not going to look at it in negative. You might not even look at it as neutral. You might look at it as positive. Like this same thing happened today, but I didn't freak out. I'm different. And that's what this is all about. We are reacting. We're not even reacting. We're not reacting anymore. We're responding differently to the events that come into our lives. So you have the power to define your life. And no matter what your circumstance is, do not let that change your mood, because your circumstance does not matter. And I said this many times before. Your circumstance does not matter. Your state of being matters. So if you're in financial strife, relationship strife, you have a body that's not doing its best. If that is going to throw off your state of being, you're going to stay in that longer. But if you can look at that, this is my circumstance does not create matter, my state or state of being does. I am going to stay in a positive state of being, so my physical world will change. And how do we change? We change realities, we move to different realities. And some of you might be hearing that there are different realities out there, because there are. It's a lot to handle. We are being downloaded, we're being told about all this new information, things that we didn't even know about. And I know there's some people out there that think, well, reincarnation doesn't happen. How could I have a past life? Or how can this happen? Because we're taught certain ways. We're also taught that we're not magnificent. We're also taught that you're not powerful. And what we're doing, for those of you who are doing the work, we're getting rid of that. It's almost like a snake shedding skin, or imagine yourself being like in clay, and you're breaking the clay as you start to emerge into that magnificent being you are. So layer by layer, your magnificence shows more and more and more. And sometimes we have those things, those negative beliefs that run like on a record. And like, when is that going to stop? Because I'm not thinking that anymore. It's still running on the record. Well, eventually it'll stop playing and it'll flip to the other side, and you won't even remember it anymore. So you never give up on you. You never give up on your power. You never give up on your magnificence, your connection. And you keep thriving and thriving and thriving forward to get to that best next place, the best next version of yourself. Because we're moving into better versions of ourselves for the ones that are working on ourselves. And sometimes you make those shifts, and your food taste might change. You might love eating healthy, and all of a sudden, you don't want to eat healthy anymore. You're craving, and I use an example of someone the other day. I was craving a hot dog. I wanted a hot dog. I haven't eaten a hot dog in years, and my husband looked at me like I was nuts because I was eating a hot dog. But that's what that person was craving. So is this something that we can explain as we go through this? Not really, because the ascension process, this new earth we're headed to, this process we're headed to, is new for every one of us. It's new for Dr. John Ryan, who's been doing this since 1987. Cryon, Lee Carroll's been doing this for 35 years. Everyone is going through the ascension process in their unique way. Some people had a head start. Some people are just awakening. This isn't a race to the finish line. This is your personal journey. So don't have that frustration with yourself. Why don't I have this ability? Why can't I do this? Why didn't this? Why can't I lose weight? Why doesn't this need? It will eventually happen, but it's going to happen in divine timing. So the way I see it is, I bought a ticket. I'm on the Ascension train. The train is going to go as fast or as slow as it's meant to go. It's going to sometimes pause for me to recalibrate. And then perhaps it's going to speed up, and I'm going to go through lots of learnings, a lot of aha moments. And then it's going to slow down again. And sometimes it needs to stop until something else happens. The only thing I can do is continue moving forward by following my passion, my inspiration, and my excitement. Staying as balanced as possible, as balancing my energies, staying grounded. Another good thing I find, and I did this yesterday after coming back, like was it yesterday? The morning of, after the event, my body was aching so horribly. And I had things to do. So I made a bath with baking soda. And you can put 2 cups of baking soda, 2 cups of salt. But I just sat in the bath. Now, I'm not dirty. I just showered the night before. But the bath water actually got pretty dirty. And that was the toxin just leaving as I was processing. So then you just let all that water go. You thank it. It's that reprocessing, it's that cleansing. Then you take a shower and you feel so much lighter. So if you're going through an emotional response, a physical response, a mental response, there are things you can do to make things more comfortable. Drinking lots and lots and lots of water. We're so through. I'm so parched all day long because the energy that's moving through my body has been tremendous. I'm feeling waves of it and waves of it. I did 2 sessions today, and people are saying, "Oh my gosh, the energy is so extreme." Yeah, because I just shifted again, and we're all shifting. We're all shifting. We're all shifting. So we're going to honor our shifts. We're going to honor the process. We're going to honor our own personal process, and we're going to honor those feelings that we're getting when we're not feeling good, when we're feeling pretty crappy, and we have the headaches and the migraines and body fluctuations in temperature, sensitivity to food. So perhaps a food that you ate in the past, you can no longer eat anymore. Something that you didn't like, you now want. I said the body aches and pains, and they can be random pains. They can be joint stiffness. Sometimes it's like I sit down and I get up and my knee doesn't want to work. And I don't have problems with my knee, but suddenly it doesn't want to work. Digestive issues. So for some, it's like they might have diarrhea, they might be bloating, they might have discomfort, and they'll say, "Well, why is this happening to me?" It's part of the, ascension process. It's kind of one of those things. It might be something else. Maybe you did eat something that didn't agree with you. But there's not always a explanation for everything you're going through. There's dizziness and vertigo. Some people have heart palpitations or the fluttering of the heart. That's very common. I get that a lot. Tingling or vibrations of the body. Have you ever sat there and your whole body's vibrating and you don't know why? Just be with it. Vision changes. Sometimes your vision can get blurry. Sometimes it can become more clear. Sometimes, when you have a shift, everything looks more HD and you can see vibrant colors and detail, which is so amazing. Some people report ringing of the ears. So it's that buzzing in the ears and it doesn't want to stop. Weight fluctuations where you can be 5 pounds heavier the next day. How is that possible? I'll tell you something. It has happened to me. 7 pounds heavier the next day. And I didn't eat a lot the day before. So what is that? Was it water weight? What is that? But I felt bloated and huge. And then all of a sudden, and a few days later, it's gone. The sensitivity to skin rashes. Now, sometimes when we have big purges, you're going to have a big rash on your body. Just be with it, kind calamine cream, whatever you can to cool it down. Try not to itch it. Sometimes people are having out of body experiences where they feel like they left their body or they're losing their mind. Now, that's always pretty, if someone says, oh my gosh, Brenda, I think I'm losing my mind because like I feel like I'm in two places at once, or I'm not here, or I'm out of it. I'm so out of it, or I'm so tired that I could just fall asleep at the steering wheel. Okay, if that's happening, stop driving. Like when you're going through one of those bouts of extreme fatigue, and this has happened to me where I've actually had to pull over and reset for 15, 20 minutes because I could fall asleep. It's that it just can come on so sudden. So these symptoms are real. You're not alone. You're not losing your mind. I can't explain every single one of them because we are in a new energy that we're all experiencing together. So when they say we're shifting into a different area of space and they say we're going to be, bombarded with new radiation, I don't know why I'm saying this, but do not be scared about it. It's part of the process. Now before we get into the healing part, I'm just about there, let's imagine that somebody is fighting the ascension process. They don't want anything to do with it. Those people are still being bombarded with the same energy we are. We're using it for our growth. They're fighting it. So some people are getting more agitated, more irritable, mad, angry, and they're blowing up. And you're like, what's wrong with that person? That healing light's coming in and they're fighting it. And it's making a kind of more negative effects. And it's usually in their temperament or their behavior. All right, everyone. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. I'm going to get us ready for the healing today. The healing is going to go out to rebalance, ground, and help us through these feelings or these changes that are coming through the ascension process, these aches and pains, the emotional. So we're asking your higher self, whatever you're ready to release, whatever you're ready to heal, wherever you need added support, that's where these beings of light come in. They are going to work with your higher self. They love you beyond words. Your higher self loves you beyond words. That's that's you and all knowing. And they're going to bring you to that place of more comfort, more love, more compassion, more relaxation, more feelings of like I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to bring on the music. I'm going to drink some warm tea here and we'll get started. Now, I'm already feeling dizzy from the energy. So for those of you who are sensitive, you're probably already feeling it. I know some people will tell me they're feeling it before the call. Excuse me. That's my Ascension upgrade here is in full force today. Okay, so here we are. There's the music, and I'm going to drink some tea. This is my voice. If you could let me know if the balance is okay, that'll be great. All right. Okay, it's perfect. That's what I like to hear. Now, Lynn, you can go drift off. And one more thing, and it's funny because they brought this up at the conference. Sometimes during these healings or meditations, we drift off. It's like our mental body goes to sleep. That's A-okay. You don't have to listen to the words I'm saying. You don't have to hear the music I'm playing. It's the energy that's working with your higher self that's doing the work. I only talk. I only have music for those who like it. So if you don't want the music, just turn it off. You don't want to hear my voice, just turn it off. But for those of you who are off to dreamland, enjoy it. I know a lot of people wake up after we're done and say, how does that happen? Because you then come back when you're ready. So we're kind of moving you out of the way so we can do the work more thoroughly. But if you're someone who stays conscious, that is okay. There's no right or wrong. We're all unique. All right, here we go. Just gonna get comfortable here. Yeah, Lynn's one that gets knocked out. So she has permission to drift off now. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining. Let's begin the healing portion. Allowing deep breaths. Now, I'm feeling something bubble up. Now, sometimes it's my stuff, but a lot of times it's the collective that we're working with. So, if you have some way your body wants to release this extra energy, whether it's burping or tears, just allow it. Yawning, sighing, allowing deep breaths. And as you allow these deep breaths, you're going to bring that beautiful energy to tension in your body. And when you breathe out, you're going to let all that negativity go. Doesn't that feel beautiful just to relax in this beautiful energy? It's like you're being wrapped up in this golden warm blanket. You can almost imagine that. This golden warm blanket is wrapping you up. You're feeling so secure and so relaxed. And you know everything is going to be okay because you're surrounded by these beings of light that love you so much. Your higher self is always in charge. You're going to get the healing that is perfect for you tonight. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, whenever you're watching it, you're getting the perfect healing for you. Even if you do it in a replay, you're getting that next layer. Know, trust, believe that everything that's happening at this time is all in divine timing. It's perfect for your progression. You're moving through the Ascension journey. We said yes to that track. We're excited. Not sure what's coming, but we know whatever is coming is beautiful, wonderful, magnificent. Sometimes, even though we know that unknown can be a little unsettling. So don't think too far ahead. We don't have to think that far ahead. Let's think in the now. Let's think right now what's happening. Well, I couldn't be any luckier. I have these beings of light surrounding me with love. Healing is taking place for each and every one of us. Old traumas, belief systems. And you know, the more I work with people, the more evidence I have that traumas can be simple moments of time where it could be your face was slapped, where perhaps somebody said an angry word, someone looked at you wrong. In that moment of time, that could be extremely traumatic. And then for others, it could be a traumatic event, like perhaps they were close to an explosion and saw something horrific. We can't judge anyone of what they're affected traumatically from, because we might say, well, that wasn't so bad. You have affluent parents, you have everything you want. How could you have trauma? Trauma takes the forms in many different ways. It's very unique. So as these moments of time start to come up to the surface, and they may look like small things that shouldn't affect you, honor them, because they're coming up for release today. Because something that you might think was minor has been causing havoc in your subconscious for years. And today, you get to release yourself from it. You get to integrate soul fragments of yourself back into your heart, bringing you more wholeness, more clarity, more peace. And we all deserve our birthright of love and joy and health and wealth and abundance and happiness. We're just taught that we don't deserve, and we're relearning we deserve. So many of us have come in with themes to learn: self-love, self-respect, confidence, to learn that we matter and we deserve. And then sometimes we go through these healings and we're like, I still don't feel like I deserve. Well, that could be an aspect that you came in from perhaps a past life or a future life that needs to be healed. We won't go into it, but everything's really happening now. But there's aspects of our oversoul that we're integrating and healing. So be kind to yourself, dear one. Know that magnificence is there. Heal the way you need to. Be compassionate. I know some people might be judgmental and say, you're still healing? You've been doing this for 15 years? Yeah, I'm still healing. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I'm probably going to continue it till the day I transition out. But this is my journey. I'm going to honor it. This is your journey. I want you to honor it. Without judgment, without shame, without resentment, without resistance. Just let it be. Hold these moments in time and allow them to heal. Acknowledge them. You may not remember when it happened, but you may have a feeling. We don't have to recall every memory. But what I want you to do is, as these icky feelings come to the surface, whether emotional or physical, honor them. They're aspects of you that are coming up for a beautiful healing, giving you transformation, more enlightenment. You're going to start to look at the world so differently. You're going to see all those things happening in the world, and we're going to send it all love after. Those things that can make us sad, and we look at it and say, wow, this is humans releasing and healing what we've held in for thousands and thousands of years. This old energy is playing out and the new energy is coming in. And we can look at it as a battle, but we can also look at it as transformation. We can also look at it as choices, and we're choosing love. We're choosing the family of light. We're choosing our healing and magnificence. So allow this energy to continue weaving through your essence. Every cell is vibrating in this powerful light. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing that love to flow. It's like they've taken you and put you on this beautiful pedestal and put you in this beautiful white light. You still may be wrapped up in your beautiful warm golden blanket. You're feeling so safe. You might be having memories or tears of things from the past that are releasing. Things you remember, things you don't remember. Let it go, dear one. It's no longer needed. That's not who you are. As we see you as a magnificent being, powerful, connected. And if you saw us the way we see you, you would bring tears to your eyes on the beauty that we see you as. I want you to anchor in this love, this knowing. And we know you're going through some hard times. It's not easy to be human during this time. But you have as much support as you will ever have. We are around you all the time, loving you, pushing you forward, supporting you. You are never alone. And sometimes when you're scared and you hear a noise in your room, that's us trying to get your attention. We're there. It doesn't have to be you thinking it's a negative entity. Let that go. You're surrounded by the love of God. Ask for our help and we will be there in a second. We're there all the time, but we're urging you to say, I need help. I need to heal this. Allow this healing. I'm ready to heal. Show me my next step. When you ask, you will receive. But remember, we do have to do this layer by layer. That's for your own safety. If we moved you too quick, you can become off balance, not know who you are. And that's really not the point. The point is to heal you gradually so you can continue with your days. You can do those things that matter. And yes, sometimes you might feel sleepier than usual. Honor yourself. We're asking you to rest and reconnect. And for those of you who have those busy bodies that say, well, I was meditating cutting the grass, I was meditating while folding the clothes, that's great and all. But sometimes take that time to relax both the mind and the body, free from any devices, any interruptions, sitting quietly with yourself every day to reconnect with your magnificence, quieting the mind, allowing the healing, allowing that love which you might feel moving through your body. But know whether you feel it or not, it's working. We're all just different in our sensitivities. Everyone is included. You're all coming home. And it's a slow transition from the 3D to the 4D to the 5D. It's like we go from 3.0 to 3.1 to 3.2 to 4.0 and so on. Every increment bringing your vibration higher, your reconnection stronger. You're waking up from the illusion that you're separate. You're not separate. You've always been a part of us. And we've been talking down to you. Go this way, go this way. And sometimes you go the other way. But we don't judge. We still love. We're always guiding you. We're always with you. And we know sometimes you hear us and ignore us. That reconnection with yourself every day is so important. It's going to bring you into a closer connection with your higher self. You're going to be able to hear us more as we're speaking through you, speaking to you. Imagine you want to get to point B, and point B is where you're supposed to go. And you know that. If you allowed your higher self and us beings of light to guide you there, you could jump there, catapult there so much faster in ways that you can't even understand. But because it doesn't make sense to your human mind, you decide to do it your way. And you take lefts and rights and rights and lefts. And eventually you get there. But it could have been so much easier if you were ready to reconnect with who you are. Listen to your guidance. You could have fast-tracked. And sometimes those harder journeys are needed. And we love you regardless. But when you're ready to let go of the drama, the pain, the suffering, we're here to shift you faster and faster than ever before. Allowing this beautiful energy to dissipate, transmute, dissolve, release, whatever is no longer needed. You're being replaced with this beautiful, loving energy. And as we move into this meditation where we're going to bring in our special intentions for those that we might be concerned about or worried about, know that you are still being worked on by these beings of light. They love you so much. That's going to continue. At this time, you can bring in the names of anyone that you might be concerned about. You don't have to say why. These beings of light know. Just take a few moments. And as that's happening, imagine, know, trust, and believe that this beautiful light is weaving through your home, being made available to everyone and anyone, including your pets. The list can be of people overseas, those who have transitioned, those in your home. It doesn't matter. And the list can be as long as you want, as short as it needs to be. It doesn't matter. This powerful energy is all-encompassing and can be made available to anyone. Made available, not forced. We can't force someone to take it, but we can definitely make it available. You can imagine all those people and those beautiful bubbles of love, liquid love, surrounding them and healing them. It might be something that's more of a mental issue, a physical issue, an emotional issue, whatever it is. Allow the love of God, this frequency of love, to do whatever is needed. For those of you who are basting in this energy, like, I don't want it to end, just enjoy that. You don't have to overthink it. Just allow it, allow it, allow it. I give permission to heal. As this beautiful energy is weaving through your home, it's clearing out any negative energy. You're feeling your house to be lighter, more peaceful, like happiness has weaved through, giving more of a peaceful sleep for you and your family and pets. You're going to anchor in this love into every cell of your body. This healing is continuing. If things are bubbling up and you feel that need to cry, let it go. Don't hold it back. You're being supported and loved during this time. You're being supported and loved always. But as we come together in a group healing, it is powerful. We are now, although we continue to get our personal healings, the healings of our loved ones in our homes, we're going to create a powerful intention. And the beauty of this is that these calls, our light is getting stronger every second of the day. So by week, more energy is created, more healings going out, more hearts are being touched. And you might feel that energy beaming from your heart. It's all coming together in this beautiful beam of light. And we're going to weave it, surround, make it available to every person, every animal, every fish, every water molecule, every air molecule, all the landscapes, the plants. There is nothing that will be left out. This powerful healing energy is all loving. It is illuminating the darkest places on earth and the lightest places on earth. It is touching the hearts of those who might feel like there's no hope. And they may start to feel a glimmer within their heart and a call saying, you are loved, you matter. It may be cradling a child to bed. It might be giving somebody a miracle healing tonight. It might be bringing peace of mind and knowing that there's more than their circumstances. We'll put that out there. Circumstances don't matter. Your state of being matters. So let's raise the vibration. Let's bring in the love. Let's beam that out so people can feel that love. And healing can start like a popcorn effect all over this globe. There are awakening hearts every second of the day. Humanity is shifting. And our planet is thanking us. The animals of the planet are thanking us. The plants of this planet are thanking us. The marine life is thanking us. We're becoming more conscious. We're becoming more respectful. We are holding the light for healing. Can you imagine taking the darkest place on this earth and beaming extra light right now to it? That has profound changes. Changes that our human mind can't even imagine. It's profound healing. We are raising the vibration of this planet, bringing the healing of so many. And when we come together in these group healing calls, sure, we get a healing. Sure, we have miraculous moments of ourselves. But isn't it beautiful to know how much good and how much support that planet Earth and everything within it's getting? And not only that, we're going to start moving this energy, staying on planet Earth. But it's expanding. We're expanding. It's expanding into our Milky Way and the galaxies and the stars, into the multiverse, the universe. It's just unlimited. And you say, how can this be? How can a group of people come together and do so much powerful work? Because we're not just people. We're magnificent beings of light. And you came to this planet to help at this time. And you're connecting to that magnificence within you. And you're growing every single day, every second of the day. So be kind to yourself. Be gentle with the symptoms you're going through. Ask for support. Sit quietly each day and reconnect with the divinity within you. Say those positive affirmations. Look in the mirror and say how beautiful you are. I want you to anchor this peaceful feeling deep within your cells. I want you to remember it. You can call on this healing any time of the day. You can ask for a golden, loving, warm blanket to wrap you up and melt away your fears and worries. Look how much lighter you feel right now. You're brilliant, you're glowing, you're balanced. You're connected. We're also going to send out this beautiful energy to the beings of light that are supporting us through this. There are too many to mention. But for some of us, we know our spirit guides, we know our guides, and there are so many more masters and beings of light that are supporting us. We're sending them tremendous love. We're holding that love within our hearts. You're going to anchor in that love. Now this healing energy is going to stay with you for days to come. Allow the healings, drink your water, say your affirmations, give permission. And although it's coming to an end, the healing energies continue. For those of you who would like to come back from the meditation, you can start to do so. For others, you can just stay in it. In a few moments, I'm going to pull out the singing bowl. For now, I'm going to leave the music on for a moment or two. I'm going to slowly turn off the music. We're going to get the singing bowl ready. So for anyone who wants to drift off, you're more than welcome to end the call. If you'd like to hear the singing bowl, you're more than welcome to stay. It does help with processing the energy that you might be releasing at this time. Somebody was asking in the chat if where I went was Rochester, New York. It was Rochester, New York. It was only actually a 2.5-hour drive from where I live in Canada. And we created a huge portal in that event of love. It was so powerful. We gave lots of blessings to that area, and it went out to the world. So just like we're doing now, imagine the light being created by so many different groups of people and individuals all coming together. Humanity shifting, people, and it's beautiful. Here we go. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Just to those people who have sent me intentions, you were included in my thoughts and prayers today. And usually all my clients and everything, they include everyone, everything, and we're all doing that. So we're all included. We're buzzing. We're healing the way we're meant to. So heal the way you're meant to. If you have those body aches, sleepless nights, be with it. Give permission for your body to heal, your mind to heal. Drink plenty of water. I am so parched. I'm going to go drink tons of water. And when I do that, I end up waking up and going to the bathroom 3 or 4 times during the night because I drink so much. But sometimes that's needed to help process. So some people will say, I don't want to drink because I wake up. But the water is needed. You know, the energy uses the water to do the work. So please drink water, drink water, drink water. And so what? You wake up to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom, drink some more water. Allow all that energy to do what it needs to do. And if you have any great stories and you want to send me an email, go right ahead or put a comment on this video. We'll be here again next Tuesday. And have a beautiful night, everyone. Sleep well and be well. You are loved. Thank you, everyone. Good night.